Okay, so what I'm hearing for you is that you've been rerouted. You've been rerouted to go somewhere where your soul is leading the way. And if you're connecting with this message, clicking on this video, watching this, I'm hearing your higher self wants us to know that sometimes, we think our soul is guiding the way and it sounds like dreamy and, magical and flowy, but actually oftentimes can feel like a bit of a conflicting moment. And I'm hearing that you're someone who's very intuitive, very tapped in. However, there's a recent rerouting that's happening. Like I'm hearing the word decisions. Maybe you're choosing between two places, two people, two jobs, two major decisions. But actually I'm hearing it's not two major decisions, but one. It's like a choice you need to make between option A and option B. Yeah. So does that make sense? Like there's two choices, but there's one decision. And your soul is leading the way, and it can feel like first you're like, okay, I want to choose option A because that feels like my intuitive hit. But then actually, you're gonna get more clarity that is actually the other option. So I know this message can feel a little bit like specific and strange, but I trust that someone who's meant to connect with it is going to connect with this. And why this is coming through, because I'm channeling your higher self, your gut consciousness, what you know deeply to be true about yourself. I'm hearing that it's here to teach you a lesson, not that your intuition sucks, okay? But actually, it's showing you a pattern of familiarity. Okay, so sometimes we think something is our intuition, but I'm hearing that your soul, your higher self, is wanting you to know that there is this pattern that is so deep within you that runs back to old attachments and old familiarities. And maybe there's nothing wrong with it at all, but I want you to notice what is the pattern. I'm hearing for you, there's a pattern of comfort, but the comfort is a false sense of comfort because where you're heading right now, your identity has shifted. Okay? I'm feeling like your true core identity is being more revealed. And when you are more revealed and you are more true to yourself, you're more authentic, you're going to begin to realize the choices that you make about people, places, and things, and the patterns and the reasoning behind it. I keep on hearing the word pattern. Okay? So it's going to be revealed to you why you made those decisions. So, for example, like maybe you always go to, I don't know what I'm seeing, a restaurant, like you always go back to this restaurant, like you always go back to this restaurant or you always go to this shop and then you think that like, oh yeah, it's my favorite cafe or it's my favorite restaurant or it's my favorite place to shop. But it actually has a lot to do with an old identity of you, like who you believe yourself to be. So for example, like that restaurant, and you can think like, oh yeah, I love it, it gives me comfort. But actually, maybe it's like a cheaper restaurant, right? Like you always think about, oh my gosh, look at the portion size and look how much I save, on this thing. But maybe your new identity now is someone who is a little, into quality stuff, right? So perhaps, initially feeling called to go back to the same restaurant feels like a comfort zone and feels like, oh yeah, that's an intuitive, hit or whatever. But it's actually now beginning to show itself to you, reveal itself to you that it's not resonating anymore. Okay, wow, okay. So I'm hearing for you something familiar is about to crack. Oh my God. Something familiar is about to crack. Like you are going to realize you're not the same person anymore. And you might go to that restaurant, for example, and you're like eating that bowl of noodles can be freaking delicious, right? It has big portion size, but then you're no longer thinking, wow, look at how much money I save on this, good deal, you're thinking, that's not me anymore. And then I just feel like something's gonna hit. Like, it's not about how cheap I can eat or how whatever, okay? It may not have anything to do with the price, but it can be a memory, maybe you go there with your parents growing up or your old friends or whatever, and then you're just like, you know what? The true me who actually prefers this kind of style restaurant, this kind of style food, because it makes me feel more calm, and maybe that food place is actually more chaotic. Maybe it's like a takeout or like a fast food or whatever, you know what I mean? But maybe you're someone who actually prefer more of a Zen setting. So I'm definitely seeing something about places, environments, preferences. I'm hearing preferences regarding to the decision you need to make. And I know the example was like restaurant, but I feel like you need to make like a more legit decision. It sounds like a big decision coming into the next phase of your life. So I just feel like this message is coming through, kind of showing something very deep here, like very deep subconscious patterning. And you're someone who actually can see layers, and you can, you like to deeply reflect on these things and understand more about yourself and your patterns. And I feel like this is the perfect time for you to begin to recognize that you have changed. You have changed, and your preferences have changed, and your environments have changed, and your taste and taste buds. Maybe the restaurant thing was about your taste and taste buds. For me personally, how I know that I really changed is actually my taste buds. Like, because you actually become a new version of you. You become new identity, all the time. So when you just like different food, or you like different flavor, I think that's a huge sign for me personally. Let me know what it is for you, but I can always tell with my taste buds. So maybe that's another thing that you can look into. I'm connecting with someone who is recognizing something about false comfort. I feel like you're someone who is connecting with this idea of wanting to be at home and at peace with yourself. And because of that, you need to let go of the false foundation and false comfort and the false things that you think that's giving you comfort or peace. And now I'm hearing peace of mind. So what that could mean is like maybe you like heavily rely on certain substances, certain practices, maybe that feels a little bit intense for you to get to that Zen state, okay, or that peaceful state or whatever state. But maybe it's a little excessive, you know what I'm saying? It's like the whole thing of like, when you feel anxiety or you feel tired, you like pop a pill, right? So I just feel like something like that is being confronted, like it's being revealed to you that this new version of you is not in resonance in relying to those, I don't even want to say quick fixes, because they not even be quick fixes, but I'm hearing the word intense. Intense fixes. Yeah. It's like you don't need to do that anymore. I feel like the mantra I'm hearing for you is that like this new phase in my life is just effortless. Okay, comment it down below, write it in your notebook. This new phase of my life is just effortless. And I feel like that's something that your soul needs and craves. Like, I feel like deeply you're like, I want my peace to feel effortless. I want my beauty to feel effortless. I want my love to feel effortless. My money, my business, my family, my whatever to feel effortless. My hot body to feel effortless. And maybe you were someone who like had this belief like you need to do 2 hours at the gym every day to be fit. But it's also just a belief, right? Or like you're like, oh, I believe I'm only like my hot version when I take 30 minutes to do my hair. an hour to do my makeup, you know, like put on these clothes, you know what I mean? Like maybe you had that belief, and I just feel like there's something about, what if it could be easy? What if it could be easier? So I feel like it's something like that your higher self wants to channel that through this message here, allowing your mind to be expanded, allowing your life to be more easeful, allowing things more effortless, okay? And also allowing yourself to know that you are changing and you have changed, and the old ways is just not working anymore. And the old ways might not be anything bad or wrong at all, but I just feel like it's just not off the right path, you know? It's just like, maybe there's nothing wrong with that restaurant or that place or that brand that, you know, that you wear. Like it can still resonate. It's fine, but I just feel like something about the discernment, like the little attunement, it's like that fine tuning of your true frequency. That's what you're being called to do right now, because as you know, we attract through our identity. We attract through our core frequency. So when we are able to align ourselves to our true core frequency, everything gets attracted, right? So if you're a bit on the left, you're a bit on the right, you know, you're a bit lower, whatever, then you're going to attract something that maybe is an almost. So especially if you're someone who is feeling like, I'm attracting all these almost love, almost perfect meal, almost perfect, I don't know, whatever, right? But it's not the thing, okay? That's something that you can also begin to look at. Okay, that's I feel like that's all that wanted to come through. And by the way, guys, if you're ready for a whole new glow up, I have this really fun and fabulous 21-day energy makeover called Sparkling New Me. Okay, if you're interested in that, link is down below. And it's a 21-day training that I take you every day. We have a very beautiful training, a pop-up sparkling energy training for you to level up your life. And this, especially coming to the new year, leveling up in terms of your inner beauty, your outer beauty, the way you attract, your feminine magnetism, living your life like a beautiful spiritual princess that you are. I feel like that's something that I'm really passionate about, especially, we know, with my divine feminine energies, being something that allows me to receive things so effortlessly. And the word effortless is something that I really resonate with. So if that resonates with you as well, check it down below. I have a bunch of bonuses for you, and I'm going to be adding in 3 more surprise bonuses coming into the 2026 new year. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. We're here every day. And let me know what you think down below. I love you, I love you, I love you.